everyone. My name is Maria Carmo. I am from the Cardano community, and today I am here with Trish. We're going to show a catalyst proposal. How are you doing, Trish?
Doing great. Thank you for having me. And we see you're quite popular in Brazil, and I guess you have a very big global footprint as well. So thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to present on your show.
You're very welcome. You know, I always make the time for people to show their project because I think they put a lot of work in the proposal. So if your team reach out to me, and I'm very proud to show what you are doing in Cardano. Tell me a little bit of your background, if you don't mind.
Yeah. So hello, everyone. My name is Trishala. You can call me Trish. I actually come from a non-tech background, but found myself in this huge blockchain universe. So I have a background in public management, and prior to this, I worked in fintech. And guess always having computer science as a hobby, I got an opportunity last year to transition into the tech world and have a hobby as a full-time job. So I took it, and that's where I handle a lot of the impact projects at Smart Chain, which is one of the companies of Cardashift. And at Cardashift, I am the lead for impact assessment. So I work with my team on developing the frameworks for impact and kind of measuring the impact for projects that will be submitted. And so that's about me, and happy to also be one of those women in blockchain and tech, because we see very few of them, but it's a growing community. So happy to see you as well, Maria, to see you be part of the community.
I'm happy to see you, and I'm very happy that more and more women are coming to blockchain and put their voice out there, putting the projects out there. Many more and more teams are hiring women. I think it's a very positive way to keep the diversity growing. And before we go to the presentation that I know you brought to us, could you explain to me who are the three companies behind Cardashift? I think it's a very interesting information that maybe people don't know. So give them a little bit of background, what you're doing, who you are, before we present the proposal.
Yeah, and I think it's actually a very interesting question, because Cardashift is actually a collective of three companies. And the reason it's collective is because each of these three companies bring different competences to the project itself. So the first one is, I will start with the blockchain partner of this project, which is Smart Chain. So Smart Chain has been, is a French company. So all three of them are French companies, but they have global footprints. So Smart Chain is the blockchain company, which does a lot of blockchain consultancy, as well as research in proof of stake protocols. We assist, certain companies that, want to understand tokenomics. We ourselves are very much involved with the Cardano community. As of last year, we've been, working with them for a year now, but we're now a strategic partner for IOHK as well. So that's a bit about Smart Chain. Two is, we look at the second company, which is Matters. So Matters is a startup studio. They've been in the industry for about 14 plus years. They're extremely experienced in, assisting startups, and they have assisted over 150 startups with a current valuation upwards of $1+ billion. And for much of the startups that they have assisted, they have consistently recorded 90+% of success rate. So that's a bit about our second partner. And then we also have a third partner, which is Steam. Now, Steam has been in the industry for 7+ years. They've also assisted very big French companies in the sectors of energy, transportation, mobility, and food. And they are actually experts in radical innovation. So what they do is they are the consultancy that is extremely experienced in kind of finding innovative solutions. So as you can see, that's kind of why when you look at the project of Cardashift, it's like we wanted to have partners that are experts in their field. And so these are the three teams behind Cardashift.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you very much.
Even though we're three companies, I think as a total team, we are 35+ people, all with different competencies. Okay, so just to give you a quick overview, like Cardashift is a community-run launchpad that raises funds, builds, and accelerates startups that are trying to solve social as well as environmental issues. We recognize that, the problem itself is we lack more than 6 trillion US dollars to reach the sustainable development goals. We also recognize that, 2 to 3 trillion US dollars are required annually to kind of bridge as well as achieve these goals, right? And the third is we recognize a lot of impact startups in this space. They lack support and funding to improve their success rates. And as we all know, environmental and social transition stakes, they're increasingly prevalent. So we kind of come at the juncture of this where we're like, how can we help impact startups? So just to break it down to the larger audience, Cardashift is part Kickstarter plus Y Combinator for impact startups. Why Kickstarter? Because you're able to apply to Cardashift via, there's an open application form, post which projects are scored and selected by the community. And post that, they receive pre-seed and then are into an acceleration program, very similar to Y Combinator, to find their product market fit. So this is a bit about, Cardashift and what we're trying to achieve. And our value proposition is that we want to accelerate change by making real world impact a smart investment. So how do you make impact projects financially viable investments? And so for our Catalyst proposal, and as the larger audience knows, Catalyst has been such a huge resource pool. 2, it's been a fantastic community, and 3, it's one of those important sources for a lot of Cardano projects to emerge. So our proposal to Catalyst is, we basically, if you're not selected on the Catalyst platform, we also want to give an other avenue to be able to fund a lot of Catalyst impact projects, So here, to very simply break it down, we're trying to bridge Catalyst resource pools with Cardashift. And the reason for doing this is that we're really working in the real economy, in the sense that we have a lot of impact projects who are not aware of Cardano or Project Catalyst. So it's just that, resources as well as funding, they don't operate in silos, right? So we want to connect a lot of these impact project makers as well as change makers and bring them to Project Catalyst. And also the other way around, which is, on Project Catalyst, if they are impact projects that, say, for example, didn't get funded, then we also want to give them an opportunity to come on to Cardashift and be able to receive funding. So I think what we're trying to do is create this bridge. And the way we plan on doing it is that we want to run a pilot to make up to 3 Catalyst impact startups as financially viable investments. We plan to do this in a 6-step process. So this is just to give you an idea about our roadmap. Is first, we'll obviously be introducing something called the CLAP token, which we can speak more about later. And, I will go into details about it. It's the token that will actually be fueling the Cardashift launchpad. The second thing is that we're looking in Q1 of 2022 to release the launchpad as well as the Catalyst bridge simultaneously. And so following that, we'd be able to invite and connect impact startups to Catalyst via the bridge and vice versa. So our idea is really to bring projects, that are creating impact onto these platforms, connect them. And so that's a huge important step. And it's a lot of communication driven kind of, activity. And so post that, we'd score and select 3-5 impact projects. And this, if it's coming from the Catalyst community, we also plan to de-risk them within 1 to 3 months, post which our idea is to pre-fund and run successful IDOs for the selected projects. And after that, it's an acceleration process. So just to give the audience a sense is that our 2 unique enablers, and the reason why we're proposing to Catalyst is that we would allow for non-dilutive funding, by leveraging the Cardano blockchain. And two is that, we're trying to boost the success rates of, catalyst impact projects or, projects from other change makers within acceleration frameworks that are built by the three companies, behind Cardashift. There's a lot of expertise there. There's a lot of thought that's gone into this, accompanied by all of the resources that has been created out of the Catalyst community as well. It's a great way to bridge these resources as well as allow projects to kind of receive the support they need to succeed. We've already been through this before, but just, the three leader companies teamed together. If you want to see, just in brevity, like this is it, but I think we covered this at the very beginning. Lastly, I think our proposals, if you want to read it in detail, it's actually titled Boost Impact Projects with Catalyst. And so you can actually go there and give it a read. If you have any questions, please feel free to write in the comments and we'd actually answer them. So we've been doing that quite a bit.
How much money are you asking for from the fund?
Yeah, we're actually asking for 75,000 US dollars. That's pretty much, to actually just build this bridge so that we'd be able to have access to kind of, I would say it's a very modest asking at this point.
I see. And are you asking for the entire amount of money that you need to develop what you want to build, or you're asking for part of it? Because sometimes the projects, they decide to make in a little chunks. This is everything you need, 75,000, what to build, what you are promising the proposal. Is that right?
That is absolutely right. Because there's one part of this project that is going to be funded by itself by the community through a separate ICO. But so this 75,000 is just to build the bridge, and that is what it is for.
Okay. And the other question is, are you planning in the future build your own blockchain?
Okay, so in the short term, the answer for that is no. And just to tell you why we believe that, currently the blockchain community and the existing ones are devoting so much time and resource to building the blockchains, right? So we just feel our role here right now in the short term is to use and kind of promote the blockchains that are being developed on. And I guess, yeah. And in the long term, I think if the strategy changes, then why not, right? So, but for now, no.
So I'm happy enough with the questions of your presentation. I wish you your very best. Cardano community is amazing. I hope you get the votes you need to put your proposal through.
Yeah, I mean, the voting is on, and you can find Boost Impact projects with Catalyst and go cast your vote on the Catalyst app.
Exactly, it's very powerful that ADA give you 500 ADAs give you the right to vote and to promote all these projects in the Catalyst inside the Cardano blockchain.
Yeah, and I think just to close off, if you're very interested in Cardashift, we're also having our public sale as well as flash sale coming up. So if anyone in the audience is interested, our KYC is open from Jan 21st to the 26th. On the 27th and the 28th of January, we'd have our flash sale for 24 hours. And then from the 28th of Jan to the 31st of January is the public sale. So if anyone's interested, you can go onto our website and also register right now.
Sure, the link for the proposal going to be here in the comments, also the white papers and all the social media. Thank you very much, and I see you soon.
Yeah, thank you.